We're well on our way through 2016 already and approaching a slew of launch windows for games that we want to play. So we've compiled a list of 15 of our most anticipated titles for 2016 in no particular order. We'll make note during the video of games we feel strongly about and titles that give us reason to worry and leave us cautiously optimistic. Here is our top 15 anticipated games of 2016. Fire Emblem Fates. Turn-based tactical games are few and far between these days, so it's always exciting when there's two major releases in one year. The first being XCOM 2, which came out earlier this month. While that didn't quite meet our expectations, we're looking forward to Fire Emblem Fates. 2012's Fire Emblem Awakening was a great title and one of the best reasons to own a 3DS, so we're hoping that Fates continues to build upon that. We just wish Nintendo would release a Fire Emblem game for the Wii U, as we definitely prefer playing on the big screen, opposed to straining our eyes with the 3DS. That, coupled with the fact that they've decided to release two separate versions of Fates similar to what they've done in the past with Pokemon, leaves us cautiously optimistic. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. We were pleasantly surprised by our first foray into the wonderfully wacky world of Suburbia, with the original Garden Warfare. Now that the zombies have harnessed the power to manipulate time, things have been taken to the next level. We thoroughly enjoyed the beta, along with each of the 6 new classes, and the rebalanced systems promise us one of the most enjoyable multiplayer experiences to be had this year. Tom Clancy's The Division. The Division has been on our radar for quite some time now, and with numerous delays, a graphical downgrade, and a content cut, we were beginning to worry. However, our recent experience with the beta put us just on the other side of that border, and we're really looking forward to hopping back into the New York Dark Zone. The impressive, almost seamless world and fantastic PvP left us wanting more. Hopefully, they don't make similar mistakes to what Destiny did, and offer a satisfactory level of content at launch. Hitman. The Hitman series is our favorite stealth puzzle franchise. Absolution left the series' open sandbox format for much of the story, and while we still enjoyed it, it wasn't as good as the previous Blood Money. The upcoming, aptly named Hitman looks like it's going back to what made the series great and offering more massive, intricate levels than ever before. Our only reservation with it is its fairly priced but episodic launch format. Hopefully this will be alleviated by its shareable custom missions. Quantum Break. We're not really sure what to think about Quantum Break. It's overgone quite a few changes since it was initially shown, including a huge change in cast, but we like that Remedy Entertainment is trying something new. Quantum Break is a time-manipulating third-person action game that combines with a live-action digital show. While we still don't know exactly how all that will work, we love people trying new things, and we're certainly intrigued. Dark Souls 3. So far, From Software has been on a roll when it comes to its Soul series games. 2 of them have won Game of the Year awards from us for 2011 and 2015, and from what we've seen, Dark Souls 3 looks pretty damn good so far. However, we're starting to worry. This will be the 3rd Souls-type game they've made in 3 years. Although they finally found great success with these games, it would be unfortunate if they burned out the flame through diminishing returns due to annualization. Hopefully after this they can rekindle the Armored Core series and bring it into the next generation, using their newfound success to produce something that lets us forget about Armored Core 5. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. The kings of gaming voice acting are now brothers in Naughty Dog's always great series, Uncharted. Nolan North and Troy Baker have teamed up as the Drake brothers and will no doubt travel the globe on some grand adventure involving ancient artifacts and massive, spectacular set pieces. Uncharted is 3 for 3 right now, and Naughty Dog's pedigree gives us no reason to think that this title won't be a blast to play. Battleborn. Gearbox software is really hit or miss. We've thoroughly enjoyed the Borderlands titles, but can't ignore some of the crap they've produced over the last few years. After a few delays, we're worried about Battleborn. However, its impressive class selection and multiplayer focus have us crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. We'll be happy if this fills the void that Borderlands has left us with, giving Gearbox another successful IP to run with. No Man's Sky. One thing's for certain, we can't help but be impressed by the scale of No Man's Sky. A game that has truly galactic proportions with 18 quintillion planets. That's a billion, definitely has earned our attention. However, its repeated focus on exploring for exploring's sake has us worried. There needs to be a satisfying system to reward exploring, or a competitive or cooperative aspect to the game, and there hasn't been really any mention of it. While you can name things you discover first, with a universe that large, will anyone even see what you've discovered, or will you be a lonely speck of dust in the vast ocean of space? Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. The Deus Ex series has been pretty good to us. The first game is a highly revered classic, and Human Revolution made our top games of the generation list, so we're pretty excited about Mankind Divided. Deus Ex has always asked complex questions about human nature, the ethics of the constantly moving limits of science, and corporate power. You're always given choices on how to play Deus Ex, and the inspired and incredibly immersive world that the series has established has us ready to plug back in. Yooka-Laylee. We don't know much about this title other than the fact that it's a spiritual successor to one of the greatest 3D platforming games of all time, Banjo-Kazooie, made by a lot of the same guys. While it has a way to go until launch, that's enough information to keep it on our radar. However, from what we've seen, its worlds look a little sparse compared to what we'd expect from these guys. Final Fantasy 15. It wasn't until very recently that we began to look at Final Fantasy 15 with anticipation. Square Enix has released one bland, mediocre title after another for over a decade now. However, something feels different with them now. They've acted as the producer for some of the best games to come out in the last few years. They turned around Final Fantasy 14 from a miserable mess into one of the better MMOs out right now. They've finally listened to the fans, and they're remaking one of their most beloved games, Final Fantasy 7. They've shown us they want to change. While FF15 initially looked like a few teenage douchebags driving around in a car to pull over from time to time to kick some animals around, what's come out lately has shown promise. For now, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and give them a chance to win us back. Horizon Zero Dawn. We haven't seen much from this title other than a quick E3 clip that involved a woman taking down giant mechanical dinosaurs in a complex, multi-staged encounter set within a beautifully rendered world. Alright, we'll bite, but we want to see more. Mass Effect Andromeda. Whether or not it actually comes out this year, we have a skeptical eye on Mass Effect. BioWare certainly hasn't been the same since they were acquired by EA. While Mass Effect 2 stands as our best game of the last generation, Mass Effect 3 stands as our biggest disappointment. The decline in quality didn't stop there, and it spread into the Dragon Age and Knights of the Old Republic titles as well. So while we'd love to be really excited to hop back into whatever is going to succeed the Normandy, we're going to need more convincing. Hopefully our faith in this company can be restored, but the fact that it's Mass Effect earns it a spot on this list. The Legend of Zelda. It's about that time again for another Zelda title. And while we're sure we'll be exploring a water, forest, desert, lava-type temple all over again, we always enjoy playing through a good Hyrulean adventure. We've been shown a much larger and more beautiful world than what we've seen from the series so far. And while it's had a few delays, we're ready to saddle up Epona as the hero once more and protect the world from whatever, possibly Ganon-related threat there is this time. Thanks for watching. What are your most anticipated games for 2016? Please like and subscribe to see which games ended up great and which fell short of our expectations along with other titles as we cover them throughout the year.